Hello and welcome back to Niche Trading. So today I wanted to talk about spreads. So especially called debit spreads and put debit spreads. And I want to categorize these things in three sections. So one is going to be why sometimes we do spreads and why we don't just do regular call options or put options. Second, we're going to do I'm going to teach you guys how to do a call debit spread and what it is, and then third, how to do a put debit spread and how to do it. And I'm not going to show a fourth option, which was how to actually do it in Robinhood, but I'll show you exactly how to do it so you don't really have to worry about that. So first things first, why do we do debit spreads? And before I even start this video, I encourage you to go and watch my other video which talks to you about what call options are and what put options are. If you understood that video and completely know how to, if you can understand and comprehend that video and the certain aspects of that video and how to do call options and put options properly, then come back to this video because it'll make a little bit more sense, because there are a lot of things that that video really has that will, when you come back and look at this video, you'll be like, oh, I understand this, I understand that. So I really encourage you to watch that if you haven't, and the link is down below. But let's get on with this video. So first things first, why do we do spreads? So the reason we do spreads is because sometimes they're safer. They're safer because, one, we don't really need to look at the statistics for it, right? When you're doing a call option or put options, you look at the statistics, you look at the Greeks, you look at the implied volatility, you look at all these other factors. However, for a spread, at least in my opinion, I really don't think you need to worry about the stats. Yes, you need high volume. Yes, you need all these other things. But if you know that in the future, your stock that you're investing in right now is going to go up in the future, then you don't really need to worry about all that. Just make sure you do your spread properly, which I will show you how to do, and you should be perfect to go out there and do your trading. So without further ado, let's get on with the video. And also, one thing I want to tell you is when you're doing spreads, in order for you to make max profit, which is 100% return, or the max amount of profit that you can make, will be during expiration. This is why I told you guys, remember last time when you watched my video, never ever 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 let your call options or put options expire, because we don't want that. However, for spreads it's completely different. You actually want them to expire to make max profit. Okay, so that is the only difference for that part. Alright, let's get on with the video. Alright, welcome back. So to do a call debit spread, make sure you're doing this properly. I really want you guys to follow exactly what I do, because I don't want you guys to do something else like a butterfly or an iron candor or a 4-option, 3-option play, because then you'll be actually losing money. You won't be doing this correctly. So follow exactly what I'm doing, or else you will not do it correctly. Okay, so to do this, I'm going to use Apple as an example again, but know that you can use any stock that you want. As long as that stock does options, you can do it. Okay, so first, let me search Apple. Okay, so we're here at Apple. So the first thing you're going to do is you see this trade button, click it. Now you're going to get trade options or buy. You want to go to trade options. Then you pick the date. Okay, here you want to be diligent. We are beginners, at least you guys are beginners, so don't do the week of or the next week. Try to do 3 weeks or at least a month apart, because that's the best way. So let's just go to Jan 29, and this is how the spreads work. So if you already know how to do a call option or a put option, you can, all you have to do a call option or buy a call option is go to call, which is here. So we're going to go to call, and then where it says buy or sell, you're going to go to buy. And then here you can pick whatever you want, right? So if I want to buy a 132 call options, I pick it and then I buy it. However, in order for you to do a call debit spread, what you need to do is, if you see on the top right corner that says button that says select. So you're going to click on select. Okay, this is important. Do not mess this up. Once you click select, here is where you do the spread options. So let's say we think that by Jan 29th, that Apple will reach $134 or above. Okay, So if we think that that is the case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to buy one that's below 134, so which is 133. So what I do is I'm on call. So instead of being on put, go to call, and instead of being on sell, go to buy. Okay, so we're going to buy 133. Okay, now once we bought that, we're going to come back here where it says buy or sell and go to sell, and then go back to 134. Okay, so now if you did this correctly, on the bottom it should say call debit spread. Okay, this is what it should say. Now what is this saying? This is saying that to make this debit spread, to buy this debit spread, you're paying $40. Okay, so you're paying $40 and you're expecting how much can I make back? So that is the difference between these two. So since this is $134 and this is $133, the difference between that is $1. Okay, so you have $1 difference and you're paying 40 cents. So $1 minus 40 cents, that's 60 cents. So you'll be making back $60 on this debit spread. And this is safe because you don't really have to worry about implied volatility, time delay, all that. As long as the Apple price goes over $134, you will make your max profit, which is $60. Okay, and it's okay to let this expire. Okay, and you might be wondering, this is a mistake that I've done in the past and I've learned from that mistake, right? So you might be wondering, okay, I don't want to do one or just one behind. Well, you can do that. You can go to select again, go to buy. Now you can put buy 132 and sell 134. Now you see that the difference between them is $2, right? Now you go back and you see call debit spread, and that is 0.87. So let's round it up for safety measures, $90. So for this call debit spread, you're paying $90. However, the difference between these two is 134 minus 132, which is $2. So $2 minus $90, I'm sorry, $2 minus 90 cents, that's $110. So that would be your max profit on that call option, right? So what I would advise you to do is pick something that's close, right? So you're gonna pick something that is closer to 134. You can go 1 or 2, but please don't go more than 3. And I'll tell you the reason why. So imagine if I did this. If I selected and I bought 132 and I put sell, I go all the way up to 142. Okay, now look how it happened. Okay, so the call debit spread now, to buy this spread, it cost me $320. Okay, $320, but the difference between 142 and 132 is 10, correct? So let's assume it's $3 for easy math. Let's just say this call debit spread cost us $300, but the difference between 142 and 132 is 10. So 10 minus 3 is 7. So you'll be making $700 if the Apple stock reaches 142. Now here's why you don't want to do this. The reason you don't want to do this is because the possibility and the chances of Apple hitting 142 on Jan 29th is very low. Very low. And I've watched many videos online and they don't really tell you this, and you have to figure this out yourself. So trust me, do this properly. You don't want to do something that has a difference this big. Okay? What I would rather do is, if you do want to spend $300, right? I would go back. I would go all the way to this again. Now I want to go buy. I'll buy 133 and I'll sell 134. And if you go $43, right? Now, if you go review here, you'll see that if you want to buy more, you can buy more. That's all you got to do. So let's just say you want to spend $300 on this debit spread. We can go to 5, we can go to 8 or 7. Okay, let's go to 8. So this $8, that's around $300, right? This is the same amount that you're paying for that one contract that you paid, that is 132 to 142. And the reason you want to do this is because the likelihood and the chances of Apple hitting 134 on Jan 29th is higher than it hitting 142. Okay, so it's higher for Apple to hit 132, 134 on Jan 29th than it is to hit 142 on Jan 29th. And since you're paying $320 and you're buying 8 contracts, what the amount of money you'll be making is, if I use my phone to show you guys how much we'll be making. So let's just assume this cost us $320, okay? $320, and what you're gonna do is, I'm gonna use my calculator so you guys can see this properly. So you know that the difference between 133 and 134 is $1. Now we're buying 8, and then we're paying 40 cents. So what I'm going to do is 0.4 times 8, and we're paying $320, okay? Now what I'm going to do is 0.6, because that's how much we'll be making per contract. 0.6 times 8, and that'll be 4.8. So you'll be making $480. Now I know $480 and $700 is a big difference, but the chances of this spread actually going through is way higher than if you have that disparity between 132 and 142. So that's something that I had to learn the hard way, because I lost a lot of money doing that. So it's better to buy more contracts of that same spread than it is to buy one contract of a spread that is way too dispersed, because most of the time it'll be cheaper because it's more dispersed, and you won't be making that profit because the chances of the stock actually going to that price is very high. Okay, capiche? So I'll show you one more time how to do it, and let's not even do Apple, let's go to Tesla, right? Because Tesla is different, right? So let's do the same thing. Let's go to Tesla, trade options, we pick Jan 29th, you go to select, and then you pick your dates. Here, notice how Tesla is 5 apart, right? Every time you go up, it's $5 apart. Same thing applies. So let's just say I'm thinking that on Jan 29th, Tesla will hit $900. So all you have to do is go to buy 890, sell 900, go up. You should read up here, it says call debit spread. That means you did it correctly, and you're paying $420 for this call contract, for this call debit spread, but the difference is $10. So 10 minus 4.15, $585 is the profit you'll be making on one call debit spread. So yeah, that's how to do call debit spreads. Now we'll go and look into how to do put debit spreads. It's exactly the same, guys. It's exactly the same. So I'll just use Tesla because we're already here. So all you're gonna do is trade options, Jan 29th, select. So for this, in order for you to do this properly, and before I even do this, when you're doing a put debit spread, it's technically like a put option. You think that the stock price will go down. I don't think that Tesla's stock price is going to go down, but this is an example, so just roll with it. So what you have to do is, instead of being it on call, go to put, okay? And instead of being on sell, go to buy. So now what you're going to do is you're going to buy high. So we're going to go down here, and let's just say that we think, even though it's not true, it won't happen, we think that Tesla is going to hit 840. It won't happen, but let's just say it does. So what you're going to do is you're going to buy an option that is above 840. So we're going to go to buy 840, and then we're going to go to sell, and sell the one that's right below. Excuse me. So sell the one that's right below. So we go to sell 840. And here, if you did this properly, it should say put debit spread. Okay? So if it says put debit spread, then you did it properly. If it says for option play, butterfly, iron candor, or anything else other than put debit spread, you did this wrong. So please go watch how I did it and to do it properly. So same thing here. It'll cost us $5. So $500 to buy this put debit spread. And the difference is $10, so you'll be making $500 back. So that's how you gotta think. So hopefully this video will help you guys to do put debit spreads or call debit spreads on the stocks that you think you want to do. And good luck out there. Later.